This convention here,
Think,
this is the best convention there is.
yeah, I agree.
It's better than all those third and fifth and odd and even and all that stuff. This is what defense is all about. That's why it's hard to teach. Because people want a rule that they can always follow,
Yeah,
that's easy to remember. And that doesn't work. This is what works. So I guess it's close enough to time. We're not quite there yet. I'll try and give you a bunch of examples. Let's say the bidding went 1-no trump, 3-no trump. And this is a spade suit. Your partner leads a 4 of spades. What should you lead back? The 9?
I take 2. There's only
I didn't think
two
the 9
choices.
either.
No, there's not. You have 12
Oh,
other
so
cards.
read it back.
Lead
You
something
have
else.
12 other cards in your hand.
Lead something else.
And the answer is not this one or this one.
Lead something else.
If you were watching at trick 1, when your partner led this,
4.
the 4, how many do they have?
4.
4. How many does that put down here in Clara's hand? 5. What you're doing is setting up the declarer's long suit. Is that a good idea? It's not a good idea, is it? So you're the only one that knows. Your partner doesn't know how many spades a declarer has, or they wouldn't have led one, right? They never bid spades. It went 1-no, 3-no. But when they led the 4, this person knows that that's declarer's long suit. This is what I'm talking about by thinking.
So what if they lead an internal sequence?
Well, then you can't tell how many they had. Okay, and what if they'd led the 5? And it went 3, ace, 6. Does that make a difference? You need to watch these cards that they lead. They're real important. I can't tell you how important they are. When they led the 4, you could see the 3 and the 2. So you know it's a 4-card suit. That's the lowest one they have. And if you'll start saying to yourself, when they lead these things, like here when it went 5, 3, ace, 6, the 4 is missing, right? So they could probably have a 5-card suit. But when they led the 4, then the 5-card suit is down here. And we don't want to be leading it back. But you have to look at this card. And you should be looking at it the minute it's led. And you see the dummy. To try to figure out what they've led from. And if you'll think about that, and when they led the 4, you know it's a 4-card suit, then it's wrong to lead it back. Because that's this person's longest suit. But you've got to look at the card that's led. I'm working with one suit because I can go about 4 times as fast if I try to put 3 hands up there. Okay? I know it might make more sense to you if we had all four hands up there, or three of them, but try to work with this and we can get more done. Okay, 1 no, 3 no, and our partner leads the queen of spades. What do you think they have?
Jack.
King, queen, jack, maybe.
No, can't.
Yeah, before you looked at your hand, it looked like they had queen, jack, 10, right? You know what they have now?
They have the king and the queen, right?
Hmm?
The king and the queen. Yeah. That's king, queen, king.
So what do we play?
Jack.
The jack, right? And we did that because we thought about what they led. Let's try this.
So we did that to unblock. See?
Okay, the opponents are playing in spades. And this is the heart suit. And we choose to lead the deuce of hearts on opening lead. When this comes down on the dummy, do you like your lead? You should hate it. Because if the queen's down here, you just gave him a trick. Okay. But the declarer plays the ace at trick 1.
He doesn't have the queen now.
So where's the queen? Your partner has it. So if you get back in the lead, you can either cash the king and stay on lead, or you can lead the 6 and put your partner on lead. But the minute they played the ace, you should have told yourself, my partner has the queen. And you get there by putting yourself in this person's position and asking yourself what they would play if they had whatever. And once you get used to doing this, it gets easy. But you have to get used to doing it. You have to do it. All right, so here, if we had some other suit where we had the king jack, we would want to lead the 6 and put our partner on lead to come back through, right? We wouldn't want to lead the king and have to lead away from that. Okay. If the opponents are playing in spades and this is clubs, spades is trump and this is clubs. We lead this and it goes 3, our partner plays the ace. first thing we should tell ourselves is the declarer has the king, right? And they also probably have the jack. So we've learned a whole lot at trick 1. Except at trick 2, our partner plays the king. Now all that thought process we went through is wasted, isn't it? It's all wasted. What should that be? That should be a doubleton. Not 3, exactly a doubleton. Because when you're trying to win the trick, you try to win it with the lowest card, not the highest one. If you were on lead, you might lead the ace, but you don't follow suit with an ace. You follow suit with the king, even if you're going to play the ace the next time. All you do is mess up your partner's mind and wear it out early. So that after they played 23 hands, they can't think anymore. Everybody has a limit to how much they can think. I'm serious. I played with somebody the other day and they did this to me, and I said, don't do that to me again. My brain's getting old and feeble, and you'll wear it out. 3 hands later, they did the same damn thing. I guess it's habit. If you play the ace and then the king, it means you have a double. And you want to trump the third one. Okay?
So you're saying not to play the king first, but to play the ace?
If you have a doubleton, you play the ace first. Only if you have a doubleton. It's the same thing. Everybody in here plays ace from ace king on opening lead, right? Long time ago, people used to lead the king. But I think now everybody leads the ace from the ace king. So if your partner leads the king, and then they play the ace, that's a doubleton. So they can trump the third round if you can get in the lead. Okay. 1-0, 3-0. And this is the spade suit. We're on opening lead, so we lead this one. And the declarer plays this. What do you know from that?
Partner has a king.
Where's the king?
The king's on the south.
1-0, 3-0. You know who has the king? What you need to get used to doing, and I know this is not real easy, say, what would I play if I had? So if this person had that, what would they play at trick 1? They'd hold up, right?
Yes.
So they don't have that. What if they had this? Could they play the ace now? If they wanted to be on the dummy to lead something else. So if they play the ace, the king is probably down here. Right? Is that making sense? Are you doing this when you're playing?
When you want to play your king, though, of course, this person
No,
go high.
make him guess what the king is.
Well, what do you mean with this person?
Yeah. Instead of playing the ace, play the king.
We play low from the dummy and win the king?
Yeah.
Well, they still know where the ace is, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
But you
'cause the
force
dummy's
this guy
down
to
there.
play big over here.
I forced him to play big, but it didn't hurt us, did it? Didn't gain anything. So what about the jack? Do we know where the jack is? We played low and they played the ace.
Partner probably has the jack.
Who has the jack?
Partner. Got the king jack. No, down here has the jack.
If Claire had the jack, he let it take the freaking ass.
The declare can't have the jack. They would have played low if they had the jack. So what you know, the trick one, when it went deuce, ace, is that your partner has the jack. The declare doesn't have it, they would have played low. So you know your partner has the jack. Could that help you later? Sure, if you're getting a lead again, you know it's safe to lead it again, right? When you led low and they played the ace, are you putting the king in this hand and the jack in your partner's hand? Because you should be. This is what defense is all about. It's not about signals. This is what it's about. And you have to get used to thinking that when I led low, if this one had the king and jack, they would have played low. Even if they had the jack, they would have played low. So the jack is definitely in my partner's hand. Okay? This is what it's all about. One no, three no again. And that's our best suit. Right? So we're going to lead it. Six. Now, can you tell anything from that?
Claire must have a king because he held up.
Well, he must not have the king and the jack.
He's got the nine.
I mean, the king and the queen.
Claire's got the nine.
He does not have. If Claire had the king only, he would play that, right? Fearing a lead back through. But if he plays the ace, he must have the king because otherwise he'd hold up, wouldn't he?
Okay, so the Claire has the ace and the king.
And the nine.
And then,
What about the queen?
well, if the 10 is the best your partner can do, you probably gotta have to queen 10.
Okay, what would your partner have played
No, you have to.
if they had this?
They played the king.
They would have played the queen at trick one, right? If they'd have had that, they would have played the ace. If they had that, they would have played the king. So they don't have any of those things. What if they had this? they would have played the 9, right? Not the 10. Because when you're following suit, you try to win it with the lowest of equals. So when they played the 10, they don't have the 9, they don't have the ace, they don't have the king, and they don't have the queen. So if we get back in the lead, should we lead it again? No. The only time you should lead it again is if they're in a suit contract and your partner can trump the next one, and that's the only way you can get another tree. But when your partner played the 10, you can put the 9 in this hand, the queen in this hand, and the king in this hand, and the ace in this hand. Because your partner didn't play it. They wouldn't have played the 10 if they had any of these other cards. Right? So placing these cards is the whole key to defense. And if your partner plays the wrong one, I can't help you. You're on defense about 50% of the time, and you only play the hands a fourth of the time. So really, this is more important than playing the hands, because you do it twice as often. But you've got to think, and conventions won't save it. It's simply a matter of, when your partner played the 10, you know what they had. Exactly. Unless they play the wrong card on you all the time. And then there's no hope. Okay, it's time. We got lots of time. Two of the things that I see people playing, still see them playing that are wrong. One of them is their first discard is what they won't let. And that's very, very wrong, because you have to discard something, right? What if you don't know what you won't let? What if they're playing spades and you're out of spades and you have to start discarding, and you have that. Well, let's say you have this. What are you going to discard?
Oh, because you're out of spades? Is that what you said?
We're out of spades and they're playing spades and we have to discard.
I'm going to discard the 3.
The problem with this is you don't know what you want your partner to lead. You want them to think. So if you want them to think, don't play this, because what they're going to do is they're going to lead whatever you discard. They're not going to think what's probably the best thing. They're going to lead whatever you discard, whether it's right or wrong, and if it's wrong, it's your fault. That's what's wrong with this method. A better way to play is that low cards discourage. Right, attitude. And what you want to do is discourage the suit that's more likely to blow a trick if your partner leads it, which is clubs, right? Okay, so your first discard should be, don't lead clubs. Pick something else. And if you did have a preference, like here, you have a definite preference for this suit, right?
So you want to do a 9?
Well, if you discard the 9, maybe that's going to be a winner, right? You've already discarded that, you should discard this the next time. And don't signal with what might be a setting trick. I did that when I've been playing a month, and I haven't done it since. Signaling with a setting trick is not a good idea.
What if the dummy has four clubs? The lowest one is the 5. Then what would you discard? You want to keep
I would
parity
probably
with-
still discard those. That's another area. But the main thing is, don't play, my first discard's what I want you to win. Okay, the other thing I see people doing wrong that's common is they're leading the high card in their partner's suit. For example, let's say this would open one club, your partner bid one heart, your opponent bid one spade, and they wind up playing it in some number of spades. That would put you on lead, right? That's your heart on. Lead the 2, don't lead the high one.
It doesn't matter whether you support it or not, right?
If you supported the suit where your partner knows you have 3 of them, then you can lead high from 3 small, if you've raised the suit. But here, from a high card, you should never lead this. If you lead the queen, look what you've done. How many tricks do they catch now? They catch 2 tricks, don't they? And if you lead the deuce, how many tricks do they catch? 1. You just gave them a trick by leading this. The only time it's right to lead this is when you know the king is in this hand and you know you're never going to get back in the lead. And that happens.
What happens if you happen, the opener bids, whatever, and your partner makes an overcall?
That's what happened here.
What do you read your partner's suit back? If you get in the lead, do you read your partner's suit?
Well, you would be on opening lead. Yes, you would lead your partner's suit, but you lead the deuce here, not the queen. You would lead the queen if you only had 2 of them. Okay? With only 2, you have to lead the queen, because it'll get real messed up if you don't. But from 3 or 4, don't lead the high one. Okay? I don't know how much of this stuff is helpful. But the whole key to this is when you see your partner play something, say to yourself immediately where these cards are. Just don't move your lips or say it out loud.